What's going on, everybody? It's Afro Think Tank, and I'm out here hunting to live. Hunting to live. That's more my new little phrase, right? Hunting to live. I actually made another YouTube channel where I'll be going outside, you know, because the thing is, people don't go outside no more. I like to go outside. All right, and since I'm retired, you know, I decided, you know, since I got all the time in the world, I'm gonna go outside and play. And that play is to go out here and see how much protein I can put in my freezer. You see, I'm from Maryland, right? DC, Maryland, Virginia. See, we country folk. We south of the Mason-Dixon line. I know people don't like to think so, but, you know, Maryland is pretty southern, right? And one thing African Americans, right, one of our traditions is to hunt. And we kind of lost that, right? The ability to go out and collect your own food. Right, we're so far removed from food that we eat that we get squeamish just by the thought of having to go and harvest your own food. Right, so what I'm going to start doing is harvesting my own food. Now, sure, I'll still go to the grocery store and all that, right? But I think it's important for a man to know that if shit come in hell in the handbag, if you absolutely must do it, can you do it? Can you get out here and hunt and survive if you had to? A lot of us talk shit about the apocalypse, talking about, I'm going to survive the apocalypse. But can you, though? Can you really? Right? So my target, since I'm in Maryland, we got squirrel hunting, coon hunting, possum hunting, deer hunting. We got grouse. All kind of animals, right? And I'm going to eat all of them, right? And look, anybody can make fun of me for eating a raccoon. Look, a raccoon is a traditional African-American dish. Possum is a traditional African-American dish. Everybody eats that. We limit ourselves with the manufactured chicken and beef and pork, and we make fun and get squeamish about all the other animals that we can't eat, right? We make fun of people for eating raccoon, eating squirrel, for eating these exotic animals, right? To us, because we're so far removed, like I said, from what we used to do. All right, so I need to get back to that, right? But here's the thing, I have to do it on another. I'm gonna post this on this channel, right? But I can't let the hunting stuff mess up my algorithm, right? Because y'all know how I like to talk, right? And hunting is a separate genre altogether. So you can go ahead and I'm gonna put it somewhere up here, right? You'll see my other YouTube page where I will be putting my outdoor activities there for anybody who's interested. Like, look, the way I run my social media, I'm just a dude on the internet, right? Right now, people are entertained by what other people are doing. So I'm letting you be entertained by what I'm doing in a controlled environment. Y'all don't need to know I'm a goddamn business, but I'll share the business that I want to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys are entertained. So if you want to, go over to Afro Think Tank Hunt to Live YouTube channel. I'll put a link around here somewhere. And if you know, you can come over there and I'll show you tips on how to move about in the woods. You know, I'll show you how to hunt. I'll just show you how to do stuff I'm used to doing. You know, I haven't been hunting in a while, you know, but you know, I'm getting back into it now that I got the time. Usually it was because life was getting in the way, work was getting in the way, but now those are not issues, right? So I can do what I love to do, and it kills a lot of birds with one stone. You get out here, you exercise, right? I hate repetitive exercise. I can't stand it. I don't want to go to the gym and do the same repetitive, painful exercise over and over again, right? So what I do, going out here, I like to hike. I like to be out in the forest, out in the goddamn woods. So I get to do that. I'm getting all the exercise in the world from walking around. I got all this equipment. I got to carry this stuff, right? I get to keep my shooting game sharp, right? I get to hone my natural skills as a warrior. You see, the thing is, men, right, we're meant to hunt. That's where all that testosterone is meant to go. We got all these men who are like warrior age, right? They don't join the military. They still got that I want to dominate, that liquid inside their body that tell them to go do something dumb, right? Go join a gang, go buy a Draco so I can look cool like on TV, right? But the problem is, all that energy is directed towards chaos and dysfunction, when we can direct all that. Oh, you want to rah, you want to come get your ops? Well, how about you, legally, right? Go out, get you your gat, right? Get you a propaganda. Look, I got the lasers and shit. I'm set up, huh? I got my 22 Savage. I got the green dot laser. I got the retina. I got all that cool shit, y'all. Like, you know, in the movies, I got the goddamn tripod and all that shit. I'm about to go ahead and get my ops, all right? But anything that I dispatch, obviously, you know, I respect, right? Because they're sacrificing their bodies. These little miniature spirits in the woods are sacrificing their bodies for my sustenance. So it's not a joke or a game to be made fun of, but it's the thrill of the hunt, right? It gets that adrenaline jumping, right? Get you moving, get you to satisfy that manly primal itch that most men got, right? So you can satisfy your manly itch, you can get exercise, you can be out in the fresh air, and then all the food, I guarantee you, all the food out here, it's much more healthy and organic than the crap that you buy at the grocery store. I guarantee you, all right? So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So right now, I'm looking about to find me a good spot, right? And I'm gonna post up, and who knows? And here's the thing: it also teaches you patience, right? Because I can sit out here all day, right, and not see a squirrel. And if you're from DC, Maryland, that don't make sense because we see squirrels everywhere. And you're like, how the hell? I'm not eating no squirrels. Not the city squirrels, them niggas. All right, I'm out here with the white squirrels. All right, I'm gonna eat these white squirrels. They out here eating these goddamn nuts and shit. That's what the hell I'm doing, right? So these animals out here eat nuts, twigs and leaves and bugs and shit. That's fresh, you know? So it's a win-win-win-win-win situation. I encourage black boys, you know, black men, older men to get out here, go get yourself a proper weapon, follow all rules and regulations, and treat weapons like tools. Remember, they're not toys. They are tools designed to do one thing: kill. All right, and understand that killing is meant for you to live, all right? And it's not meant to go and shoot another human being for whatever purpose, right? That's not, well, yeah, guns are for that, all right? But these guns are not for that, all right? I mean, unless somebody's attacking you, then yeah. But the tools we're supposed to use to dispatch game, right, in order for us to feed ourselves and our families. And we all should be able to do that by default, right? So it's nice to go out here and practice. You go to YouTube University and learn everything. Go to the range, get some instruction if you've never fired a weapon. Make sure you get the licenses, and make sure you take a safety class to know how to responsibly wield a tool, right? And do what it is you need to do. And just get out there and have a good time. Enjoy yourself, decompress, lower your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol, get your exercise in, stay black, stay happy, and stay free. All right. So anyway, let's go find us a good spot and get this thing going. All right, so listen up. When you are going out in the woods and you're going to be out there all day, there's certain things that you need to bring with you so you can have a good experience. Because there's one thing. If you do not listen, you go ahead and go out in the woods, right, trying to be a warrior, trying to be a hunter, and you don't bring certain items, you won't be a hunter, all right? You'll be prey, all right? And the most important thing to bring with you, all right, is this. You see this? You see this? Let me tell you something. You need to bring this shit into the woods. If you don't bring this shit into the woods, you're gonna have a bad day. Because I guarantee you, most of y'all don't know which one of these leaves you can use to wipe your own ass. Now I know, all right? But listen, this shit right here, nigga, all right, it's gold. This is gold, all right? Ask any one of your veterans, all right? This right here is gold. Secondary tool that you need. Little shovel, all right? You need a little shovel. Why do you need a shovel? Well, you can't just be using this and just leaving this shit all over the place, all right? You take this, you dig a hole, all right? All right, get a log, put one cheek on the log, all right? Put one cheek on the log, one cheek off the log. All right, there's plenty of logs in the woods. There ain't no excuses. All right, you take this, you go to the side of the log with the one cheek, all right, hanging off. You dig yourself a nice little hole, right? Do your business, and I promise you, all right? Doing your business outside in the woods in the quiet, all right, even though I'm not being quiet right now. Doing your business in the wood in the quiet, best feeling in the world. All right, just find yourself a comfortable log. And then you use this here toilet paper, right? And after you use this here toilet paper, you turn around and you make sure everything that you left is underground, all right? Trust me, this will enhance your woodsman experience, okay? All right, now, the reason why I'm talking so loud was normally in the woods you wouldn't talk this loud. But I came, I'm really doing like afternoon hunting, like midday afternoon hunting, because the squirrels right now, they sleep. I'm also doing ground, anything I see moving, I'm probably gonna dispatch, all right? So far, ain't nothing happening out here because it's midday. Because my first day out, I ain't feel like waking up at boom hickey in the morning and being out here before dark, all right? I gotta come out here. I set up my base camp, and I'm about to go scout the area. So my base camp, I got my blind right here, so that's my point of return, all right? This is my base. So every time I go scouting out, I'll come back to this point right here. I'm not just gonna sit here. I need to go about and see what the terrain looks like, because I'm also scouting for deer for next year, right? I'm looking for bedding, deer bedding, and all that kind of stuff. But today I'm not gonna go too far in because I'm by myself. And if you're going out by yourself, which is fine, be extra careful. All right, be extra careful, because let somebody know where you are. Pin yourself on WhatsApp. Use the technology you got to make sure that while you out there being a warrior, while you out there being a woodsman, that somebody know where you at, just in case you trip and fall, you can't get up. All right, and make sure that your damn cell phone has power in it and that you got a signal. All right, let's go. When you're walking through the woods and you're stalking, you gotta make sure, pay attention how crunchy the leaves are. And when you're walking, don't just walk normal. Walk heel to toe. Heel to toe. Walk on the sides of your feet, right? Take like 6 to 10 steps, stop. 6 to 10 steps, stops, because you don't want to sound like a human being when you're in the woods. Animals, they take a few steps and they look around. They take a few steps, then they look around, because they're always cautious. So when you're hunting for a small game, any kind of game, every animal out here is paying attention to sounds. So when you're out here, you also got to get in tune with the sounds of nature, because you're going to hear it before you see it. All right. And when you're hunting, you're going to hear the squirrel, you're going to hear the possum, you're going to hear the crow, you're going to hear the deer, more likely before you see it. But they're going to hear you before they see you. And once they hear you, they're on alert. And you want to make sure you can get as close to them as possible without them being alert. And keep in mind, you can do all of this and not catch a damn thing, because these are professional prey. They literally dodge and weave prey for a living 24 hours. All right, so keep that in mind. Coming out here, when you take your L's, because most hunters take L's because they don't get anything, but when you do finally catch something, it makes it that much worth it. So you have to pay attention to the small things. Walking is very important. Be quiet, walk around, enjoy the atmosphere, and become one with nature. This is your opportunity to connect. So even if you don't dispatch an animal for your own sustenance, still connect with nature and get back to who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go. You know the great thing about being in Maryland and hunting and stuff like that is that Maryland, it's a big, small state, right? It has all kind of terrain. You got mountains, you got beaches, you got pine forests, you got large fields, you got everything, right? You got every type of terrain pretty much in Maryland, right? And you know, Maryland is dominated by black people, right? This is Maryland, DC, Virginia is the single most prosperous place on the planet for black people. So you got a lot of black people that got a lot of money, right? They got a lot of time on their hands to do a lot of recreational activities. But hunting is not one of them. I mean, black people hunt, especially down south, mostly down south. Like, most people up here, Maryland, D.C., and Virginia, we all come from North Carolina or deep in Virginia. And all of our grandparents and them used to hunt. They used to go out here, get coon, get raccoon, get possum, all that stuff that we kind of make fun of nowadays, right? But Maryland is a great place to hunt. But since it's not as cool as it used to be, you know, if you do decide to get into the sport, right? I mean, you got the forest to yourself. I mean, for the most part, like when I pulled up here in the parking area, hunting parking area, I was the only one there. I was like, man, now I hear other people out here. I hear people shooting, but not that many. So you could pretty much come out here and get some serious peace and quiet, even if you don't capture anything. Hell, you can come out here, you don't even need a gun. You just come out here and hike. We got hiking trails and everything. So even if I'm not successful in capturing anything today, because to be honest, I ain't even seen a squirrel since I've been out here. I did see some turkeys over there, but I can't shoot a turkey with a 22. I need a shotgun. And I don't even think it's turkey season, to be honest. Right now it's rabbit, it's still deer season, rabbit season. If I see a rabbit, yeah, I'm gonna get that, right? But when you're not looking for it, you came out here hiking, I probably see all kind of squirrels, rabbits, and it's always like that. But when you come out here on purpose to get one of them little creatures, you don't see nothing. That's usually how it goes. So you're gonna fail most of the time, but you don't have to get frustrated or anything like that. It's the process. It's the hunt itself. It's the relaxation. It's the quiet. Give you an opportunity to sit back and think. Like I'm hearing, like there's this animal. I don't know what it is, but I'm hearing it. Been hearing it for a while. I'm kind of sitting here chilling, because that's what you do 90% of the time. You just sit there and chill on the ground, and that's why you wear proper clothes. Because when you wear proper clothes, you get to be, you know, comfortable. You can just lay anywhere. Any place is comfortable. You can take a nap out here. To be honest, like who's gonna find you in the woods? Plus, we black. We already naturally camouflage. Most of the animals don't color spectrum don't see the orange. So as bright as I may look, which is legal, you gotta look. You want people to see you out here, right? The animals can't really see it, so you don't have to, you know, worry about that. And you're black, right? If you got dreadlocks and stuff like that, that'll break up the pattern of your face if you're out here hunting. Because a human silhouette is what the animals look for, but with locks, it breaks up the pattern. I'm not using that to my advantage right now because I'm not hunting animals. Like if I was hunting a deer, I might let my hair out, and so I can break up the pattern and be more part of the atmosphere. But right now, at least my color, you know, look. You see, brown is natural, bro. And you know what? Brown is white people's favorite color. I was just thinking about that shit. They don't hate brown or black. They don't see it. It's not disgusting to them. If you think about it, right? Look at the inside of a white person's house. Wood brown. Their favorite color is mahogany brown. Look at all they shot. They like old-fashioned guns that's brown or black, right? Their favorite clothes to wear to look serious is black, brown, right? They love black and they love brown furniture. They love brown Labradors, golden retrievers, light brown. They love brown. They love black. That's their favorite color. So I think what it is, they just jealous that we got the brown and they want that brown. And the thing is, they are brown. They're just really light spectrum brown. There's no such thing as white people. Everybody on the planet is actually brown, just a different spectrum of brown. Too bad they don't see it that way. Because they could be like, yeah, I'm brown. I'm just light skinned. They could carry it that way if they had that attitude. But they created this whole white thing. But they're not even white. But their attitude is lacking in all kinds of color. But out here, listen, white people like being out in the woods with the brown. Everything's brown. That's what it is. They missing the brown. So we get hated on because we're brown. And all the advantages that come with being brown. Right? Look, I fit. I fit, bro. I fit. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm really about to go over there and see what the hell's popping off over there. I'm getting my double back what I do is when I'm in the woods, if I don't know if I'm not familiar with the territory, I made my forward operating base, which is my tent. I mean my blind over there. I usually make multiple left turns or multiple right turns, so I don't get myself confused in the woods. So I know if I made like a couple right turns, I know when I go back, I'm making all left turns at least. Like to make grid squares. That way you never get lost if you do a grid square. You do a grid square, you can find yourself in these damn woods because all these trees look the same. Bunch of pine trees. Ain't seen no acorns, but a lot of pine cones on the ground. I'm looking for acorn trees because I know that's where the squirrels be at. But, seeing how it's midday and I'm hunting on purpose, I don't see a squirrel. But I do see birds, but like I said, I'm enjoying myself anyway. Let's continue on. Check this out, guys. Okay, so I'm over here and I'm going down this trail. And what do I find? Fresh poop. This is the kind of stuff you need to look for. And this is fresh poop. See? It had to be a deer, right? What else can make a big poop like that? Right? Some kind of big animal. Now I could be wrong, but I don't know what other animal could make a poop like that. Even though, but I'm thinking that's a deer. And so I'm looking at this trail. This trail is clearly has been beaten. Beaten trail, so I know that deer walk about this area, and the deer was just here, which is a good sign. So I know come September, this would be a smart area to come look for deer. What I need to do is probably look for their bedding, which their bedding will probably be kind of like inside. I don't think their bedding will be this close because I think this is still too close to where human beings are. It's probably just a waypoint walking past, but they're probably more deeper inside the woods, but it's still a good sign anyway. There's deer here. Like I said, when you come out here small game hunting, make sure you're scouting if you plan on doing big game hunting, so you can learn all the tricks and trades. You can really learn yourself through trial and error, to be honest. I mean, you can either go to YouTube University, listen to all those people who hunt, take their advice, come out here, put it into practice, you hit or miss, come out here and see if it works, right? You try different strategies until you find one that works for you in your area. But yep, just came up on to me, that's a victory. Finding deer shit. I can't eat it, but I'm pretty sure I can collect it and like use it as fire or some shit. I know there's some shit you can do with this shit right here, but this is part of the game. Anyway, let's move on. Only in the woods could you see the root network of a tree. When it falls over, check this out. Look at this. The root network of a tree. It may seem simple, but it's a beautiful thing to see, right? Look how old this tree is. How old, and did you know that the tree that you see, right? Most of this tree is dead, right? And what you see here, most of the roots, right, that you see, right, the wood portion, the portion that we use, that portion is dead, right? And inside a tree, the living portion of the tree is kind of like in the center, and it's almost like a living vein, right, of multiple organisms. There's a whole universe within this tree, right? And the wood that we use is what the organism that is actually doing the living inside the tree uses to protect itself, uses to shield itself from the outside world, while its root networks are connected in the ground. Like all these trees are talking to each other, right? These trees are communicating with each other underground, as well as the mushrooms. And you're talking about the underground network. You got to think about the forest, the stuff that you see up top, right? The stuff that you see up top, this is not the life per se. The life is underground, right? The nutrients is in the root, right? That's why we Africans, right? The nutrients is always in the root. Always remember, no matter how sweet the fruit is, the fruit wouldn't be sweet if the root, right, wasn't rooted into the ground, which is Africa for us, all right? No matter how sweet you are as an African in America, as an African American, understand your sweetness is cultivated through the vein of the root of Africa and its people, all right? But yeah, just like looking at stuff like that, because how old is this? Like, good gracious. This tree probably was growing like that when slavery was going on, when Europeans was invading and taking its place from the Native Americans, when Africans was hiding in his woods. Africans were hiding in his woods on the way up north on the Underground Railroad, right through Maryland all the way up to Pennsylvania to Canada. All right? Imagine the history that this tree had seen before it fell. That's the kind of stuff you contemplate when you're out in the woods by yourself. Okay, so if you're coon hunting, one thing you need to understand about coon hunting, and I know I be coon hunting online, right? But when you coon hunt, right, the other species outside, raccoons have a digestive issue to where they need to drink water to help them digest. So if you're out in the woods coon hunting, like, keep in mind, if shit hit the fan, right, and you need to actually take care of yourself, small game is going to be the game that you're going to survive on. You're not going to be able to put down a deer every day, every other day. You're going to be small. You're going to be surviving on squirrels, raccoons, possums, all kind of small little animals that's plentiful, right? And so what you're looking for when you're coon hunting is raccoons always eat and feed around water, because they have to eat and they have to drink water. So when you in the woods and you see little areas like this, let me show you. When you see little creeks, and this would be a good area. This will be a good area to set up traps for raccoons if you're going to be trapping, or if you're going to set up an ambush. As you can see, we have standing water here, right? Probably pulling down from the fingers, as this is a depression. So since it's depression, the water pools here, so I'm sure animals will come here. They know to come here to take a sip of water while they're eating. So just so you know, YouTube University will teach you, if you want a raccoon hunt, look for little things of water, because when they eat, they got to drink. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's midday. I don't see nothing, but it's okay. But like, I'm scouting, so I know that I need to come out here for coon hunting. I can mark this area. I know this is a spot where, if I'm just specifically coon hunting, which it would be more likely after rabbit and squirrel season end, because coons are unregulated. You can hunt those almost all year round. So I know that this is a spot that I can come out to. So yep, bodies of water, lakes, rivers, creeks, is a good area to hunt for raccoons and probably many other animals, because everybody needs to drink water, but specifically raccoons. Favorite things is mushrooms, right? And I've always wanted to be a mushroom hunter. I don't know nothing about mushrooms, and I'm too afraid of Mushroom University. Like, even though they have Mushroom University on YouTube, I'm afraid, because the mushrooms that could kill you and the mushrooms that are good for you look exactly the same. And I'm convinced that mushrooms are extra dimensional, fifth dimensional creatures. All right, trust me. The psychedelic ones, the ones you eat, the shiitakes, all of them are aliens. I'm telling you. But I'm looking at this mushroom here. Does anybody know what kind of mushroom that is? Is this edible? Does anybody know if this is edible? Because I'm telling you, if this is edible, all right, I need to learn, because I know mushrooms grow wild. And if you know your mushrooms, man, you could be eating good, right? Like, if you know your mushrooms, you could be eating good, right? But if I were to eat this mushroom, right, not knowing shit, I could just die right here in the woods. Nobody would know, all right? Or I could have a psychedelic trip and see aliens, okay? Or it could be substance and it could fill me up. I don't know, okay? One day maybe I'll take a mushroom class or something. But I am very much interested in mushrooms because their root network in the ground is insane. Like, I'm telling you, they're more, this mushroom genetically is more related to me than it is the tree that it's sprouting out of, okay? That's the truth. I'm telling you, reality is more fantastic than the shit we be making up, right? I'm telling you, a goddamn mushroom is more genetically related to us than they are related to the tree that is hanging on. Wild. But look at that. This one got a lot going on with it. Hey, does anybody know what kind of mushroom this is? Looks freaky. It's a freaky mushroom, man. I'm telling you, mushrooms are alien, fifth dimensional creatures. All right, they live in the fifth dimension. We can't even comprehend their lifestyle. Seriously, this is a freaky looking mushroom. It's soft. It feels like spaghetti, like dried, like it feels like if you made like noodles and you like burnt a little bit of it, or if half of it wasn't cooked, like a wet noodle. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna let it live though. Let's let it live. But if you know what this is, let me know. I know we got some mushroom experts up in here. Mushroom guys, somebody tell me, are these edible? Are these edible? Because I'm telling you, if somebody tell me they're edible, I'm gonna do my research and I'm going to come out here and start mushroom hunting too. Okay? Like, straight up. I know a majority of these mushrooms are freaking edible. I'm just too damn scared to find out. All right? Somebody give me some motivation. Give me some information. All right? Tell me what I can do. I'm pretty sure this is some sort of medication. All right? This is probably curing some sort of cancer, freaking diabetes, heart disease, some shit. All right? I'm pretty sure. All right? Pretty goddamn sure. All right, it's doing something. All right, like I said, the fifth dimensional creatures called mushrooms, they're doing something. And if I'm gonna be out here in the woods, I don't want to walk past something I can possibly use. So I want to get into it. But like I said, mushroom hunting, man, you got to know what the hell you're doing, or else. That's the only thing about that. All right, mushroom guys, again, found some more mushrooms. I need some help identifying these things. Look at this red mushroom. It's pretty solid. Then we got these ones over here. Freaking aliens. If you haven't noticed, I'm outside playing. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm outside playing in the woods, having a ball by my goddamn self, enjoying the simplest things. A damn mushroom. This is literally stop and smell the flowers. Why do people say that? Stop and smell the flowers. Stop and enjoy what nature provides, what life is about. This is what life is about. What are you here for? You're on Earth so you can look at a leaf, right, in vast all its detail, and just be at awe of how it's very similar to the vein network of our body. Like everything, it all makes, like, we complicate shit. Look at this. This is the vein network, right? You got arteries and you got veins up in here, right? Same as us. So sitting here contemplating, like for instance, there's a whole bunch of pine here, right? And I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos of people making pine soda. So before I leave this, since I haven't seen one single squirrel, I seen a crow, right? Big ass crow. That thing was loud. I was stalking it, and I saw it, and it was just making all this noise. I was like, what the fuck is that? Right? And then I finally saw a fly. Big ass crow. Big. People eat crows. If I shoot them, eat it. I'm gonna eat crow for sure, right? But that shit was huge like a dinosaur. Like, damn. I ain't never seen a crow that goddamn big. And I'm talking loud too. I couldn't believe how loud them things was in the woods. But yeah, that's what it's all about. I'm playing, but since I ain't seen no animal, I ain't leaving empty-handed. All right, I'm gonna grab me some. I hear you're supposed to get the young pine saplings, and I'm gonna get the young ones and I'm gonna get the old ones, and you're supposed to put it in like a jar and add sugar and let it sit for a while. And apparently, it's like Sprite, like natural Sprite. So I'm gonna give it a go since I ran all these young pine saplings. Anyway, let's start heading back to the forward operating base because it's like almost 3 o'clock. Sun goes down close around 4, so I need to get kind of back to where I need to be so I can sit there for the remainder, see if I can see anything, and then if not, pack up and roll out, and then do an assessment of what it is that I learned today. More mushrooms, more mushrooms. Mushroom identifiers, please. That is a beautiful alien mushroom right there. Very picturesque, I have to say. Very picturesque. I finally made it back to my forward operating base. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little turned around in the woods. It's been a while since I've been out here, but I found it. It's right there. Can you see it? Right there. Here's the thing about coming out here with all this camouflage, right? You set up your forward operating base in the goddamn woods and you make it camouflage, right? Makes it a little difficult to find it. Makes it a little difficult to find it when you're looking for it, all right? Making wrong turns. I'm hungry, goddamn. That's why I came back. You know, so now I'm about to sit up in this goddamn thing. Whew, I'm tired. Oh yeah. Let me get up in this. Whew, I'm tired. See, sit up in here. This is good for when it's raining. You know, I got this over here. I can take me a little nap. You know, this is my view. Let me show you my little view. That's my view. That's the sun over there going down. I made it. I survived. See, what's so awesome about this is there are legitimate consequences for making mistakes out here. You know, even though I'm out here hunting, right? Hiking, hunting, scouting. The mistakes, when you make mistakes out here in the woods, you know, those mistakes can cost you dearly, right? And it makes you more aware, it makes you hyper aware, hyper alert, right? It makes you feel alive because you're really using your body and your senses for what it was meant to do, right? Before we have all these artificial, man-made comforts that separate us or remove us from nature. But we're meant to be out here. We're meant to be out here. We're meant to hunt our own food. We're meant to connect with nature. Sometimes we're meant to just be bored, you know? When the last time you had constructive boredom? Where you had nothing to do, nowhere to be, no one to talk to? You can just sit there and just think, you know, just think about whatever, you know, decompress, you know, let things go, you know, self-reflect. That's the kind of, you know, that's what you do when you're out here, because you ain't got no choice. It's you, nature, you know, no excuses out here, right? You can't make any excuses. You can't, you know, pass the buck. It just is what it is out here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna sit here and eat some lunch. It don't look like I'm gonna catch anything, but I learned a lot today. Today's my first day kind of coming out here. I zero my weapon in, so you know I know it works. Right, brand spanking new. Got some rounds through it. Haven't seen anything. Still might see something, but all in all, my assessment of today, scouting, because today was productive. I see where the turkeys are. So I know a location where turkeys flock. I saw a large flock. So I know I'm going, this is definitely turkey. This is turkey country right here. So I'll definitely be coming out here, scoping out that very same area for turkeys. I did see crows. I know there's crows out there. Crows are freaking huge out here. Right. I didn't see any groundhogs, but I didn't go into any open fields. That's where usually you'd see them. I'm actually, where I'm at right now, I wouldn't be surprised if groundhogs would come walking by. That's what I'm kind of hoping. As the sun sets and animals start to come out, I think I can stay out here an hour after sundown. So I'm just going to sit here for a little bit, then pack up and roll. I think I've did enough for today. There's some other spots closer to my house that I can go hunt squirrels. I know I would have probably got a couple of squirrels there, but I wanted to get my 22 LL, long rifle. I'll get some rounds through that. I'll have to use my air rifle because you can't use a 22 long rifle in certain parts of Prince George's County at all, for most parts of Prince George's County. But I can use air rifles because we're talking about the velocity of the round. 22 air rifle instead of a 22 round. That'll do the trick. And I got to know a couple places I can probably definitely get some squirrels for sure, at least. So, but all in all, good relaxing day. Learned a lot out here. Got to be one with nature. Reminded myself that I am mortal. Peace and quiet. Nobody bothered me. And I'm gonna get me some pine cones. So I mean that's pine cones, but some pine leaves, and try that that natural Sprite thing, right? And what else? And we saw some mushrooms. So if anybody can help me out with the damn mushrooms, let me know. Can I eat any of those mushrooms? You know, tell me in the comments section. And after you tell me the name of the mushroom, I'll look it up and do my own research before I, start to partake. But I'm pretty sure there are plants and stuff out here that I can eat that I don't even know about. So that's one thing. Figuring out what it is you can utilize in nature to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm about to give me something to eat. So, yeah. Alright, before I get out of here, I'm gonna get me some of these daggone pine cones and see if I can make some of that pine cone soda. So I was told I was supposed to use on YouTube University, use the small younger leaves. So something like this. So I'm gonna collect some of these and I'm gonna put it in a bottle. I'm gonna try it. Throw some sugar in there. See if that shit works. Let me find out. I can come out here and I can get some goddamn on pine cone leaves and have free Sprite. Shit. Well, didn't catch anything today, but learned a lot. And you didn't even get to hear me use my freaking brand new freaking 22 LR. So I guess for the sake of the video, I'll let you hear what it sounds like. It's actually it's not that loud, actually, which is very good. Also, 22s, I know people think about the caliber 22 as like what are you gonna do with that? Anything smaller than a turkey and a deer, this will take care of it. This will take care of 90%. This will feed you. If you want to get a deer, you need something like a shotgun or something like that. But this will take care of about 90% of your hunting needs. And you got to remember, when you're walking around in the woods, you got to carry this around, all right? So you can put all your little cool attachments. You can get your big, heavy weapons and stuff. But remember, you got to carry that shit, all right? So let me see, man. So you can just see what it sounds like. you go. Didn't sound very loud at all, did it? See? Just fired one round because you know YouTube don't like that shit. Alright, but you heard that. I would say it's just a slightly louder than the air gun. Relatively quiet, you know, still relatively light. Like I said, good hunting weapon. So, yep, that's what it sounds like. One round. We're not going to waste it, even though 22 ammo is very cheap compared to most ammo. So, you also got to take that in consideration. You can put a lot more food-making rounds in your pocket than you can with other rounds. Each round is a possible meal for you. Understand that. So, having as many of them as possible and having those rounds be as light as possible, because you still have to walk around with all of that stuff. You know, you got to take all that into consideration. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you want to see actual me go out here and do this more often, I'm actually going to be posting this on my Afro Think Tank Hunt and Live channel. Right? On this channel, like I always do, I may be in the woods while I'm doing my regular videos talking about whatever it is I normally talk about. But when it comes to the actual hunting aspect of it, that will be on the other page, because like I said, I don't want to mix up a hunting outside page with a political, social issues page. Algorithm will be real confused and they ain't gonna know what to do. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.